Hey, everybody. It's good to see you all. It's your host, Lucas Volker, and this is Talking with the Soul, the podcast. Well, it's been an interesting last 24 hours. I decided on a whim that I would create my own podcast. I'm very excited to start this new chapter in my life. I guess I have enough time to do it, considering my day job. I get off at around 3 o'clock, and then I kind of do nothing afterwards. But I realized that, I've always wanted to get my voice out there and be heard by my peers, and not just about, you know, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But the main basis of me creating this podcast was because I love to chat. I love to talk about anything and everything. I'm a very social person. Um, I have no no experience of public speaking whatsoever, aside from a best man speech I gave to my best friend at his wedding last year. But other than that, I have nothing, no resume whatsoever. So I'm kind of just doing this as raw as possible, building from the ground up. Um, I wanted to point out that this is my first ever podcast. Obviously, I do not discuss anything political or religious or any of those sensitive subjects that some people may not want to hear about or want to hear about. So if you are looking for that type of podcast, this is not the place. That being said, I want to discuss why I wanted to start this up, okay? Because this is something that's kind of been in the works for over a few years now, and I just never got the motivation, never got that that moment, that gleaming light that just says, this is your time, you can do it. And I made a post on Facebook last night saying, I should have my own podcast. And the more I thought about it, the more I just spoke up about it, the more I was going to speak it into existence. So here I am, baby. I want to give a huge shout out to my friend Braden Ledbetter, by the way, for creating my podcast logo that you will see featured on the channel. It's an incredible logo. It's exactly how I pictured my podcast logo to look. So, Braden, you get first dibs on merch, and you even get discounts and everything. Okay, buddy, you're a real one. So, big shout out to Braden. I don't have any sponsors for this video, obviously, because this is my very first video. So I want to make that very clear. I don't want anybody to uh, press a lawsuit against me. I don't know how that even works. So whatever I'm saying, just kind of ignore, I guess. um, I'd also like to point out that I've been known for having a very booming and echoing voice. So that's another reason why I want to get into podcasting, is because people tend to devote their attention to people that are noticeable and that grab your attention. Okay. Well, my voice is pretty loud. It's not boring, pretty enthusiastic, and I have a lot of charisma. So that gives you another reason to follow along, right? Um, a little bit about me. Soon to be 28 years old. I'm a Pisces. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. And my day job is, well, I work at a warehouse. That's as much as I can tell you without giving away everything and anything about my life. I do have Tourette syndrome. For those of you who don't know, I hide it pretty well. I do take medication for it, but it's something that I've kind of struggled and not struggled with pretty much my entire life. Um, but that's just another thing to point out. So in case you see me do a little twitch or something like that, just know that I'm going to be okay and all is good in the world. All right. I even have a tattoo devoted to my Tourette syndrome. It says "Life's a Twitch" with the Tourette syndrome ribbon on there. I got that. That was my first tattoo, by the way. So that'll probably be a topic in a future episode. Which brings me to my next point: episodes. I do not have a set schedule for when I'm going to post an episode, but I do plan on having some close friends as guests on this podcast, and we're going to be talking about a lot of cool things. Um, I like to call myself the Gen Z Ginger. Uh, that could be a cool nickname for the future, Gen Z Gingy or something like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button as well. Um, and just follow me for more content. I promise to keep it as entertaining as possible. I want to talk about something different, obviously, every episode. And the main things that I want to talk about are pop culture, things that are happening in the now, the then, the future, everything. Okay. Whereas it could be relatable to Generation Z. It could be relatable to the millennials. I don't have boomer humor really that much, or Gen X humor. Uh, I just I want to talk about things that we people my age, around my age, can relate to. That's the that's pretty much the main focus, the main talking points of this entire podcast. But yeah, I don't really have a set schedule so far as when I'll be posting episodes, but this is the introduction. I want to keep this kind of short and sweet. Um, and I had posted uh, a kind of a rough draft episode 1 last night on YouTube. The problem was I took that on I recorded that video on my camera app on my phone that I'm using right now. And well, I didn't quite pay attention to the size of the file, so I couldn't even save that as an attachment onto my phone on the Files app. So what I did is now I'm recording this on Riverside, where I'm able to save this file and then immediately share it to Spotify, okay, and YouTube. So you guys can watch me on YouTube or you can listen to this on Spotify, okay? I want to make this as attainable as to many people as possible, especially to all my friends that have been very supportive, um, very loving and caring during this time. You guys are amazing. I have some great people out there that are willing to go the extra mile to help me out. So thank you guys so much for the support. Um, I don't think there's much more to say other than welcome to the podcast. And I hope you guys enjoy the ride. I'm excited to get this thing rolling. And yeah, that about covers it. So I'll see you next time, guys.